More fire to fight the risk of a Camry Hector drive on Philly 9.3. Not forgetting F Pack that blows the pains away. Godfellas here, who is a technician on duty, double to be the main producer of the show. The camp of Manchester United, that's a forward, that's Joshua, that's ZH24. The Caesars, a January move away, that's from the club, as a crucial if that's he is not he's to be that's included in the Netherlands squad for the next World Cup. That's a call up where West Ham United are interested in. That is ZH. That's a new manager Nuno Espirito de Santos. That's keen to bolster his that's attacking options. England, that's midfielder could be mainly 20 is also that's making us looking us to leave off Trafford in January. That is Napoli. That is a possible destination. Harry Maguire 32. That's two to continue at Manchester United, but will have that's to take a pay cut that's to extend his that's stay beyond the end of the season. Chelsea manager Enzo that's Maresca will not that's bring that's outcast a French defender that's Alex that's Disasi 27 that's back into this his squad despite defensive injuries, a crisis. A Lille, this United that's a will look that's to sign as a winger in January after the other deadline day move for Fulham and Wales. That's Harry, that's Wilson 28, that's fell to where the former Leeds United, that's a winger, that's a Rafinha, that's is on Manchester United radar after his that's his fine from the, for United for Barcelona. But that's the Brazil international 28 that could cost 120 million that's pounds. Former that's Everton and manager that Sean Dyche is not interested in the vacant position that's at Rangers following that is a sacking of Russell Martinez. So this is what is making way in that is a foreign front. Let's come home. The Black Stars of Ghana are in action this evening where they are leading that's Central African Republic by that's a 1-0 and that is a starting lineup. Benjamin Asade goal post for the Black Stars where Caleb Adas Yirinchi and as Thomas Partey, Mohamed Salisu, Abdul Fattah Isako back into the starting lineup after missing that is a 2 call up against that is a Chad and Mali. Kosi Sibo also in the squad. Jordan Ayew, the captain of the Black Stars, where that's Anthony Semenyo, Gideon Mensah, Mohamed Kudus, Mo Kudus, and Alexander. That's Jeko. This is the players who have started for that's the Black Stars of Ghana. That bench, we have Loris Atizigi, that's Ali Dusedu at the bench, that's Jonathan Ajete, Ebenezer, that's Anan, that's Joseph, that's Anan, and that's Joseph Pencil, that's Elisha Owusu, that's Christopher Bonsuba, that's Jerome Opoku, that's Prince Owusu, as well as Brandon, that's Thomas Asante and Kamaldeen Sulemana. So these are the players that's at the bench. If any of them gets injured or cannot continue the game, will come in and continue for the Black Stars of Ghana. So let's hope as you are leading the first 45 minutes. That's where that if you go to that is a match exactly Eswatini played that's 2-2 with us Angola where Ethiopia beat that's Guinea-Bissau by 1-0 in the World Cup qualifiers. Libya that is played 3-3 with that's Cape Verde who is likely or almost that is true to the World Cup 2026 where Mauritius at home and Cameroon beat them by 2-0. Central African Republic 0, Ghana 1, Chad 0, Mali 0, there's Comoros 0, Madagascar 1, and Djibouti that's at home. Egypt are leading by 2-0. Sierra Leone 0, Burkina Faso 1. In the evening later 7 p.m. where you have that's Niger against that's Congo and Tanzania welcome Zambia in the World Cup qualifiers that's 2026. So that is how that is the lineup is looking at. Some of the countries are Mali have just scored the goal against Chad in the first 45 minutes. So that is Ghana's group. I'm trying to see how the standings look like after that is the first 45 minutes of that's a World Cup qualifiers where we are hoping that's Ghana World Cup. If you go to that's Group A, Egypt leading and have 23 points, followed by Burkina Faso 18 points, Sierra Leone 12 points, that's Guinea-Bissau 10, Ethiopia 9, and Djibouti 1 point there. Group B, Senegal that will be playing tomorrow 18 points, DR Congo 16 points, that's Sudan, Kosiape Sudan 12 points, that's Togo having 7 points there, Mauritania 6 points, South Sudan that's 4 points. If you go to Group C, who will be playing tomorrow too, that is in the World Cup qualifiers with Benin 14 points, South Africa 14 points, Nigeria that's 11 points, where Rwanda 11 points, Lesotho 9, and that's Zimbabwe 4 points. Group D, Cape Verde 20 points. They are almost and almost that's through to the World Cup. Where that's tomorrow's game may change, or that's the final games of the World Cup qualifiers may change the story of that is Group D. Cape Verde have 20 points. That's Cameroon 18 points. They are leading by 2 points. Libya 15 points. Angola that's 11 points. Mauritius that's 5 points. Eswatini 3 points. If we go to Group E, Morocco have already qualified to that is the World Cup. That's 21 points there. Tanzania's having that is 10 points. Niger that's 9 points. That's Zambia 6 points. Congo having 1, where Extra also did not play a game at all. If you go to Group F, Ivory Coast will playing tomorrow, having that's 20 points. Gabon 19 points. That's Gambia 10 points. Burundi 10 points. That's Kenya 9, and that's Seychelles 0. The Group G have that's Algeria 19 points, and then we'll also be playing tomorrow. That's Uganda. That's 15 points. That's Mozambique 15 points there. Guinea 11 points. And that's Botswana, that's 9 points, and Somalia 1 point. Group H, that's where Tunisia have already qualified with 22 points, whereas Namibia 15 points. That's Liberia 11 points. That's Malawi 10 points. That's Equatorial Guinea 10 points, and Sao Tome and Principe also having 0 points. Ghana's group, where we're playing our ninth game of the qualifiers of the 2020, that is 6 World Cup, where Ghana are having 22 points, Madagascar 19 points, Mali 15 points, that's Comoros having 15 points, Central African Republic 5 points, and Chad having 1 point. So this is how that the table look like after all that is the qualifiers. So remember, those who are still struggling to qualify are there, but it's a group. As a group C is the group that I'm actually interested in who qualify. South Africa, Benin, Nigeria, Rwanda. All of them have chances of qualifying. Nazif is already seated, as well as that's Electric also seated. Let me go to them quick one, because very soon we're joining the feed again. Want to watch how the Black Stars are performing. Nazif, I know you've not had glimpses of the Black Stars that's game, but the scoreline 1-0 in favor of the Black Stars of Ghana.
Yes, I'm a little bit disappointed. In fact, let me say a very good evening to our listeners. I personally am a little bit disappointed because I made it clear yesterday that this lineup or this team, this particular match, we don't necessarily need a coach to be able to, as far as he has done his first 11, that is all. The rest is on the players. And I mean, I was thinking that after 20 minutes, the game will be, wrapped, because I was expecting them to be leading by 2 goals or 3 goals by now, but at least one goal in the first half. I think
it's not convincing for you.
It's still personally it's disappointing, but I think at least we are still in control of the game, and we are still being able to create a lot of chances and all that. They should just make sure that at least even something is to happen, we'll be able to pick the 3 maximum points. That is the most important thing. In fact, if you take a look at this Central African Republic, in fact, in the last 4 games we played against them, they haven't picked even a point out of the last 4 games. So it tells you that when it comes to a game against Central African Republic, we have always been the team. In fact, the last game we played against them was one of the games that that's brought a lot of goals in there. We scored 4 and they also scored 3. So it tells you that this is a particular game, or this is a particular encounter that might be able to produce some good number of games. But if you take a look at how we are playing so far, you could clearly see that the boys knows what they are supposed to do. And the coach also is, I take a look at the first 11 and I was like, at least playing against Central African Republic, this is a very good lineup for us to face Central African Republic. So kudos to the boys. I know the game is not yet done, but at least for 1-0 at the moment, a little bit disappointed because I wanted more. So let's hope and pray that coming into the second half, they'll be able to pick the pieces and make sure that they will score more goals to make our nerves to be calm. Okay,
I'll come back and ask you that is the groupings in Africa and how the African teams are shaping up for the World Cup 2026. But Electric, are you so disappointed in that the scoreline in the first 45 minutes? Because you have watched the game and how the Black Star players have wasted a lot of chances in the first 45 minutes.
So now, That's a very good evening to our cherished listeners. The game, interestingly, by now I think Ghana should be leading like 3 or 4 goals to 0.
Okay.
But they've squandered most of the chances. Jiku messed with the pole, an empty pole where he played the ball outside. And then I also want the coach to, have time for Fatawu Issahaku.
Okay.
Because he's looking for, personal glory in as much as we want the team to, secure the victory. Where he stands and shoot the ball, there's no way that
he made 2 attempts. All of them were over the bar.
Yes, but it makes the others furious. Certain ball that you think you can pass for someone to score, you want to stand somewhere and then shoot.
Okay.
We are not against the shooting, but when there's a time for you to release the ball, you quickly release the ball for others to utilize that opportunity rather than squandering it, because most of the ball he's playing all over net, so he's just playing them all away. And then my next recommendation is Sibo. He has been very solid.
Okay.
Our retrievals, everything on the pitch is the one doing it. You could see him all around the pitch. Every ball that the Central African Republic they have, he will go and then recover the ball back and give it to Partey to make the passes. Kudus and then Fatawu Issahaku are creating an overload in the right side, which is not helping, because both of them are there, and then both of them are players that are selfish.
Okay.
So that side, it's not helping. So all the balls is on that side. So you see that
Semenyo
is not getting the balls. Just like we were watching the ball. All the ball is on Kudus and then Fatawu. When they get the ball too, because of selfish, they want to dribble and then do certain skills, they end up losing the ball. And it will take Sibo once again to retrieve the ball, give it out to them again, and then they really lose possession. So I think next one, Partey should rather send the ball to Semenyo's side, because the first goal that came, the crossing, I think the goal came from that angle.
Yeah.
When Salisu headed the ball into the net. So I think that angle they should utilize it. Ayew has not been. He has not seen anything in the game yet. He's still coming on the game because he's not into the game right now. So
okay.
I think he should also back up, and then as a captain, he should really knows.
But I think he's winning most of the fouls for us.
Yes, for Ayew, that is what we know him for. When he gets the ball, definitely if you push him, even if you touch him, he would act in a way to win the foul for us. It's perfect, but as at this point, we need goals. We don't need fouls. So whatever they need to do to get us a victory, that is what we want. Even if it is going.
But a 1-0 is a victory.
Yeah, it's a victory. That's what I'm saying. If they are able to protect this 1-0 till we even close, we don't have a problem. All what we need is that we want the 3 maximum points at the end of this match, and nothing less. I think they can do more. They can score more goals if they come back in the second half. And then one thing I would also want to say is that the referee himself knows very well that Ghana needs this victory. And then you could see that every 50-50 balls, it goes for Ghana.
Okay.
And then the Central African Republic too, they've realized it, so they don't even complain. They know that, yes, we need this victory. This is a must for us. So they are not complaining. Looking at how they are playing, they themselves know that there is no way they can pick this 3 points. So they just have to give it to us. The referee knows. I think Kurt and then the other camp has also done something very well at that aspect, because the coach and the referee is doing very well for us. The 50-50 balls is going for us. So it's a very good initiative. I think we can come back and win this.
Looking at that as a current scoreline, and that is a group, Ghana is leading, Madagascar leading, Mali leading, Comoros are losing, Central Africa losing, and then Chad also losing. The results, is there a true reflection of how it will end in the final rounds of the games?
So now, yes, that should be the truth, because going into this fixtures, you could clearly notify that Mali and then Madagascar, Ghana were the favorite to qualify for this round. So they winning their games at this point. They know the importance of these victories at this moment. They know that when they are able to win their matches and then the nation ahead flop or decide not to win the game, it's an advantage to them. So they know the importance of this moment. These 2 games, all the teams are ready to win it. Even if they don't qualify, they are ready to win their matches, so that in case
there's a slip somewhere,
they will take that advantage and then move on. A team like Madagascar, they are ready to compete. it's rather unfortunate that Ghana has the advantage.
Electric. How can't a group of Ghana, Madagascar, Mali, then you see Madagascar qualifying to a World Cup? It's not interesting.
It's not interesting. But now the football now, it's in a different era.
And then that comes back to Naziv's that's a theory that football is everywhere, but we have the big boys always winning it.
So
let's stop that analogy. That
if the big boys are not ready to win,
okay,
and then the small boys are ready to, they are hungry. They also want to show up in the World Cup. So if you are Ghana, you are Mali, and you are not taking the advantage, you sit down and let Comoros score you, and then Madagascar or Mali will meet Comoros and they will win them. So now, if they are able to qualify, it doesn't matter. So for the reflection, that is the true reflection. Mali and Madagascar, Ghana were the countries that were ready, and then we tip them to qualify to this World Cup. And clearly, that is what we are seeing. I don't see Comoros qualifying. I don't see the other countries qualifying. It has to be Ghana, Madagascar, and then Mali.
Okay.
And then Madagascar too, they are taking their chances. They are just waiting for us to slip. And that is what we shouldn't do. We just need to win this match, and then we come back to Accra Sports Stadium and finish Comoros.
Let me go to that is Naziv and ask him. And that is the African group. You really see how the group looks like. Africa, are we ready for the World Cup? Looking at how our qualifiers are shaping up.
Tuna, I think we are ready. In fact, if you take a look at the other games in other groups and the teams that are clearly qualifying, in fact, as it stands now, I think Morocco has qualified already. And when you come to African football today,
Morocco, Tunisia have already qualified.
Yes. Okay. If you come to African football today, there's no doubt about it that Morocco are up there. And I mean, if they have already qualified, it tells you that we'll be having a very good representative when it comes to the African contingents that will be going to Africa. That will be going to World Cup. And me personally, I'm particular about our group. You were asking a question about Madagascar, and I personally think the disappointment again in this group is Mali for me.
Okay.
Because if you take a look at a group of, just as we made mention of, Chad, Ghana,
Madagascar, Central African Republic, Comoros,
and at least. Yes, Ghana will have to qualify and we have to be there. We have to top the table, no doubt about it.
Okay.
And for me, I was expecting Mali to be the second, when it comes to this particular group, because but as it stands now, they might not be even being the second on the league log, and clearly Madagascar are leading to be, or they are the second after this game. If this result is going to go just the way it is at the moment, that means Madagascar will be second on the league log, and their final game, Madagascar's final game, will be a game against Mali. Maybe that is where Mali might be able to call the shots to overtake them to become the second on the league log. But as it stands now, they are third on the league log. If you take a look at the table, Ghana, as it stands now, Ghana leading by a goal to 0 against Central African Republic. Ghana is with 22 points in the Madagascar with 19 points, leading by a goal against Comoros, and Mali on the third with 15 points. And Mali is sharing the same points they are sharing the same points with Comoros, with each team having 15 points. The only difference is that Mali are with plus of 7 goals as compared to Comoros without a plus of goals. Yes, no doubt about it that Central African Republic, they are out, and Chad as well, they are also out. But Mali, the game against, if they are able to win this game, even if they are to beat Madagascar in their final game or in their last game, it still means that they might not be able to be on the second leg log. So it tells you that looking at what they have been able to build in their few years, when you take a look at the African football and even the facilities they are having, they should be able to be calling the shots or they should be able to make sure that they will be the second on the leg log. But it's a very disappointing run for them in the African qualifier. But the game once again against Central African Republic, one interesting thing about it is that the coach on their touchline, Rigobert Song, in fact, he's one of the legend. I'm talking about the the Central African Republic coach. He's one of the experienced coaches when it comes to African football. Yes, he has played for Cameroon as a player, and he has also coached them as a coach, and he's now currently coaching the Central African Republic. So I mean, yes, if you had to take a look at his experience or his quality as against our own, just as I said yesterday, this particular game, it is not going to be, or it is not supposed to be the game for the coaches or the game for the technical team, because we all know the only department that we are lacking is the technical team, and clearly you can see that when you have to compare the two coaches, you will clearly see that has done something important that you cannot use Otuado to compare with. So I think yes, the boys have taken the game to themselves, and they are making sure that we'll be able to get a very good results in there. Yes, Electric was talking about some indecisions that the players are doing. So this is where if you have a very experienced coach, if you have a very authoritative coach, or if you have a coach who commands the dressing room, this is kind of games, or this is a kind of pep talks, or this is the kind of decisions that he should be taking to make sure that he talks to the boys on the field of play. In fact, if you take a look at Kudus against Central African Republic, in the last 3 games we have played, he has scored 2 against them. And if you take a look at Fatah, he has also scored against them. You understand? So they are all trying to make sure that they will be on the score sheet again against Central African Republic. In fact, if you are looking at one player who has scored this Central African Republic the most in this our squad, is Jordan Ayew, who has scored 3 goals against them in the last game we played, where we won by 4 goals to 3. So I think it's a very good start. The second half has started, and Thomas Partey has scored the second goal for Ghana Black Stars, just as I made mention of. So this game, it clearly tells you that there's nothing to worry about Tornado. There's nothing to worry about.
It's a quick one.
Oh, quick one. That's why I'm not. I personally, I'm not even stressing myself to watch this game, because I know the boys will do it. You understand?
Okay.
In fact, Thomas Partey has scored the second goal, and that is a brilliant one in there for Ghana Black Stars. So kudos to the boys once again. I'm saying this. Those of you who don't have the passport, try to make sure that by the end of this
by the end of November,
yes,
get your passport.
Get your passport, because no matter what is happening in the other games, we are going to
this is Filler FM. It's 9.
We're not going to US. We will pass through Mexico and enter.
No, we will be camping at Canada and Mexico. So that
you are not interested in US.
Yes.
Just let us come there. We are going quick one. Since Ghana is leading by 2 goals to 0, we're going to continue and let listeners also watch the game.
Yes. So now we have to watch it, because we need more goals, and this moment is an exciting moment for us. We need this victory, and then again, all of us, our listeners, they all want to watch the match. And then the way the goals are flowing, we want to know how we would come back to Accra Sports Stadium. Now we should be preparing for Comoros, and then putting them. We don't need a draw against them. We need to discipline Comoros at Accra Sports Stadium. So now yesterday I was telling you that the tickets will be reviewed. And definitely they are doing that. Yesterday the comments, and then the kind of commentary people are running on the tickets has got into the.
This is Filler FM.
After the game,
it's 9.3.
They know that we want to go there and watch our final match, the World Cup qualification
against
Comoros, the stubborn Comoros.
Yes.
And then this is a team that we want to watch out to, because if African countries are going to the World Cup, Ghana is a team to watch. Morocco is a team to watch. Egypt is a team to watch. It is now that Ghana has, gone down small. But in Africa, we are the Brazilians of Africa. So that's the reality. With the stars we have.
Brazil of Africa, you can't Chad. You can't be Chad.
So now, that is our problem. When we need them the most, that's where they don't show up. But
this is Filler FM.
Know that they need it.
It's 9.3.
But the time we need them, they decide to do what they want. But this moment, they know the importance of these 2 victories, and I'm telling you, Tona, what they would do to Comoros here, they would regret coming here. So kudos, we need to go. I am sure we will score more goals. The 2 is just the beginning. I'm sure we are going to score them more. I told you that the Central African Republic, the team themselves, they know that we need this victory.
Okay.
So there is no doubt. The way they are playing, they themselves, they are already confused because they know the boys are ready. They are in with everything to get this victory.
All right.
You know, I'm one person who critically talk about Otuado enough. So at least for this one, let me give him his flowers.
Okay.
When you take a look at the World Cup,
no, this one you have to give him 3 the flowers.
But when you take a look at the African, the World Cup qualifiers, he has done a very, a very exquisite job in there. Because if you take a look at the games played so far, in fact, if you have to add this game, he has played 7 games and won 6.
Okay.
If you don't want to add this one, he has played 6 games and won 5.
Okay.
So it tells you that this is a coach who, when it comes to the World Cup qualifiers, he has done enough job in there. In fact, he hasn't lost a game in the World Cup qualifiers. He only drew against Chad in the end. He has scored 16 goals and conceded 5 goals in the World Cup qualifiers. So yes, for me, as it stands now, I stand by my words that he is not that coach, or he's not the technical man we
This is Fella FM
for the World Cup.
89.3.
Since he's winning the he's winning the qualifiers. He's a man to take us to the promised land.
Do not come again.
He's winning. Looking at statistics of just giving us, he's a man to take us to the promised land.
No.
He have not lost in the qualifiers.
Playing qualifiers is different from
playing the tournament
itself. You understand? Yes. I mean, the other one, somebody almost qualified as Kwesi Appiah, right?
Yes.
And he came in and played some 2 additional games and qualified. We went there and we were not able to even pick one.
A point.
So it tells you that there is a difference in there.
Okay.
So Tona, let's not just go there.
After this qualifier,
You picked 3 points. Okay. Is that when we went to South Korea? You scored them.
No,
we picked 3
Song
points.
in me.
Yeah.
That 4-3 victory. So now, after this qualifier, I think they should prepare. Even if it is, he should be an assistant, I think, or he should be part of the technical team. He should, but to be the man to spearhead Black Star in the World Cup, I don't think he can do it. He himself knows he can do it.
Electric.
But he takes salary more than our president. So
The point is that he's not supposed to be part of the technical. It's not about you have to.
You signed him for 3 years. Can we pay for 3 years? Can we pay the?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. He's our own. And
if he has to sack him, we'll pay him for him to go.
So you know. So are you trying to say that it's okay? Let's just enjoy this moment. Maybe tomorrow we come and talk. Let's just enjoy this moment. Okay. And maybe tomorrow after the game we can delve into it. Properly, because if you have to talk about it today, it will not be fair, because at least he's leading by 2 goals, and it's not even good for the program we are doing today. So let's just give him his flowers today, and we then see what tomorrow can.
Maybe Sunday to give him another flowers.
Definitely. Having that one there, he knows that after that game against Comoros, we'll give him his flowers, and he might take that. Definitely, that should be it. That should be it.
You'll be surprised when you take us to the World Cup.
Everything is possible in Ghana.
You see, as for this country, I've said it countless times. Do you understand? So everything is. I'm a true believer of possibilities, and I know anything can happen at any time. So I personally, if I am the one to take those decisions, Otuado will not be the coach to take us to the World Cup. But yes, what he is doing so far, when it comes to the African qualifier to World Cup, he has done excellent job in there, and kudos to him.
Due to that excellent job, let him continue to take us to the World Cup.
Tona, we are not playing. We are not playing AFCON because of him.
Okay.
We are not. Tona, you and I know.
He doesn't.
Tona, I'm coming. You and I know that we are not going to. The reason why we want to go to World Cup is not because we are going there to make some meaningful impact.
Okay.
You know why we want to go to the World Cup. You understand? But when it comes to AFCON, that is where, in fact, if you ask any Ghanaian that which trophy do you want to win, it is almost obviously AFCON, because that is where we have the strength, we have the power, we have the capability of winning. But when you have to take a look at World Cup, the journey is too far. No African country has been able to win the World Cup. Yes, again, as a true believer of possibilities, I know something can happen at any time.
So let that something happen. Let that thing happen.
It takes preparation, determination, and your hard work to be able to get there. It doesn't just happen because anything can happen in it. But when preparation meets, the opportunities, you then be able to win it. You understand me? So let's hope and pray that yes, we prepare very well. And to now, one thing that we should also know is that after these qualifiers, there will not be that enough breaks for us to be, because we will not be playing AFCON.
This is Villa FM
That will be representing Africa
89.3
to play
in the AFCON,
to blend their players, get the
so
cohesion.
we will not be getting that kind of opportunities like that unless we try to organize some friendly matches before the World Cup. So it is very important for us to
We use the opportunity to monitor players, our Ghanaian players are playing outside Ghana, as well as our local league, to get them into shape. Okay, these are the good players. This is the quality.
So that is the very, you see, it's very important for us to make sure, if he is the one to take us,
okay.
If he is the one to take us, Tona, it's also another opportunity for him. But if he's not the one, as quick as possible, after the qualifiers, we appoint the person who is to take us to the World Cup,
okay,
so that the person will get enough time to prepare the team and be able to take us to the. I mean,
so that is it not Tuadu that played with Mali and someone called and told you that he ate before watching the match?
Yes.
After the match, he was
hungry again. And not comedy, no.
So
it doesn't show. No, it doesn't show.
Yeah,
It doesn't
so imagine playing against France.
Let's go. It's okay.
Tona, you see, the day we played that game against, is it Nigeria? That game that he went on the field to celebrate the goal.
And that's against Nigeria.
Against
yes,
that day, it tells you the kind of technical team you're having.
Okay.
That day alone should have been his last days for the blessing. But again, country of possibilities. Anything can happen at any time. You just have to take care of yourself.
Okay, all right. You heard from Nazif Electric, and that is myself, Crimson Tonaldo. You can make sure that you join us tomorrow the same time, 4:45, live on Phil 89.3. Kind Crazy FPAC, W Prince. We're live on Facebook. If you're not able to catch us, that's on time that's on radio. Make sure you go to Facebook and watch. That is the. Don't repeat or whatever it is on Facebook. Just go to Facebook. That's Phil FM 89.3. On YouTube too, you can also go to Phil FM on YouTube, as well as on Instagram, X, and TikTok. All of them on that's Phil FM. Just go to all our social media handles. You can make sure that you get some exclusive content and watch there. Tomorrow we'll be back again to give you the latest in the world of sports. But as we speak, the Black Stars are leading as Central African Republic by 2-0. That is it there as well. Egypt also that's beating Djibouti by 2-0. So that is how some of the results are looking like. Godfrey continues on Phil 89.3 with that's latest good music on Phil 89.3. I'm out.